What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another top 10 countdown. Dynasty Warriors 5's worst characters from the game based on my opinion. Now, unlike some of the other videos I've done for Dynasty Warriors 3 and 4, I did not run a trial this time because when I went to go play Chaos and tried to play through it, none of the characters I were using was surviving. I didn't want to just sit around and get them leveled up in order to feel them out. I played through all their Muso modes and got their 4th weapon. So using that information, I deduced the ratings that we have for all the characters. And these are the 12 that came out with the lowest rating. And before we jump into it, for those who are brand new to this, I have 6 categories I rate these characters on. We have the AoE, the dueling skills, Muso rating, kit rating, ease of use, and the speed of the characters. These will be the 6 categories that are rated from 1 through 10, and the average score is their quote-unquote overall score that puts them on this list. So starting off with the bottom here, we have an honorable mention at number 12, which is going to be Mr. Monghuo. Now overall, Monghuo has gotten better from Dynasty Warriors 3 and 4. He's doing a lot better in this game. He feels a lot better, but he's still towards the lower ends for this game. His AoE and his Muso are definitely his strongest assets. His Muso, C6, C5, and C4 is pretty good, but his lower Cs and his normal strings aren't super great, aren't super reliable for this character. That's why his kit rating is just like an average. Like, he has good moves and he has bad moves. And the worst part of him is definitely his speed. He is still really slow in terms of his movement speed, and he just seems to get clipped really easily as you play with him. Moving on to the second honorable mention, we've got the other half to Monghuo here, and that's going to be his wife, Lady Zhurong. Now Zhurong again has gotten better in the game. Her Muso is so much better, 9 out of 10 rating. It's very good. Similar problem to her husband. Her speed is not that great. Her attack speed is still really bad. Movement speed's fine. And I feel like her ease of use, which is one of her lower ratings, is not too great. I feel like her attack speed is going to be tough to get used to. Fighting with her is going to be a little tough. You're going to get clipped constantly, especially against aggressive AI on the harder levels. And I feel like she would be one of the harder characters to use, and that's why she's here right before the top 10. With that being said, we're going to jump to the top 10 worst characters, in my opinion, just based on how I played with them, how they felt. I'm trying to deduce them as best as I can. Let me know down below what you guys think about my list. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, starting off our number 10, we've got a favorite from the Kingdom of Wu, but I felt like he just wasn't doing too great in this game, and that's going to be...
So this is to be my fate.
So Zhou Yu, he's just not that great. Looking at some of his ratings here, his speed is the best part of the character. I mean, his movement is great, his attack speed is great, but everything else is kind of falling flat. Like, Muso was great. He can duel pretty well as well because he's got the C3 that's decent, but I feel like his AoE and his ease of use is really bringing him down. He's not really built for AoE. C4 isn't really that big of an AoE. Muso has a little bit of it. True Muso has some of it as well, as all true Musos do. The C5 has a small cone thing, which isn't that great, and C6 doesn't do anything. It actually doesn't do any AoE. I guess his normal string is okay. If you put some range on it, you might be able to clip some people pretty easily, but I feel like he gets overwhelmed really easily. I can see people struggling with him in the harder levels, being swarmed. Even though he's getting a 7.5 out of 10 overall, which is actually still pretty good. If you look at some of the older lists, I think towards the worst or towards the bottom list, there's like 6s and 5s and 3s and stuff. So overall, this list, a lot of the characters are a lot better. It's just out of everybody, he's just among the worst. All right, coming in at number 9, I believe this character has been on both of the worst rankings, and he continues his trend here. Again, they've gotten better. It's just not that great to put him up out of this list. And coming in at number 9, we have...
I guess I'm out of here.
Big boy still on the list here. I mean, he's a slow boy. He's the speed is still hurting him. Only a 5 out of 10. He's not that bad. You know, if you're getting swarmed, he's hard to really get out. I mean, he has the C1 where you can like stomp the ground and give yourself a little bit of space, but it's not enough to get yourself out of danger. His AoE and his Muso are pretty good. Pretty big wide swings. He's got charges that are good for his AoE as well. C4, C5, and C6 are very good. Even though they're not the most effective, they're still good for AoE. And I just think that his speed and then people getting used to that is what makes him tough. He has the same overall as Zhou Yu. They're tied technically, but getting used to how slow he is, I think is going to be a trouble for most people. Some of his swings are a little slow too, but he didn't do too bad. He just didn't have the greatest score compared to everybody else. All right, next up coming in at number 8, and you know, this character kind of surprised me of how bad they were. I feel like they weren't as bad in the previous games, but this one he just felt a little different based on what I was observing and felt and just going through his playthroughs and everything. Coming in at number 8, we have...
It's over for me. Sorry.
So he's a pretty average character, like across the board. If you're looking at the numbers here, he's actually pretty like solid. Overall is a 7.42 out of 10, so it's not that much different than the previous two. His dueling is definitely the worst part of him. The C3 is not really that great. He's got this lumbering movement, like lumbering slow kind of movement, which I can see being quite annoying to deal with against faster aggressive AI. But other than that, everything else is pretty average for the characters. He's just a bunch of 7s around. I mean, his Muso is great. I feel like he's very easy to use. He's not difficult to pick up or anything. You might have a hard time with him being swarmed by aggressive AI or aggressive officers. He doesn't really have that attack speed to really keep up with that kind of thing. For the most part, he's just average. He's just an average character. Talk about shocking numbers. Coming in at number 7, the exact same score as Xiahou Yuan, 7.42 out of 10, and it just surprised me how this character didn't feel that great, to be honest. He wasn't as great as I remember him to be, and let's go ahead and talk about him. Coming in at number 7, we have...
Things like this happen every so often.
Again, similar numbers to Xiahou Yuan. We have Cao Pi coming in, and his dueling and his speed is what I gave him the least amount in the columns. His kit is actually not as great as I thought it was going to be. C3 is not that good. C5 is okay. You know, C6 is okay as well. His Muso is decent. You know, it's good for what it is. But he doesn't really have that solid of a kit. I think it's just average. His attack speed seems a little bit slower than I thought it was going to be. AoE is the best part of the character. It's decent. That and the Muso, you know, he's just an average character, which I did not expect from Cao Pi. I thought he was going to be a lot more fun to use, and I've always liked the dual blade and the aesthetics behind it. But in terms of playing with him, especially on Wuzhong, I mean, of course that map is going to push you, but his moveset and kit did not help in the slightest. And coming in at number 6, we have another character that is revisiting this list. This character has been on the previous 2 as well, but like I said, the characters have gotten better. It's just not enough to pull them out of the bottom. Coming in at number 6, we have...
It looks like my dancing days are over.
We have Diao Chan getting the exact same score as Cao Pi and Xiahou Yuan, 7.42 overall out of a 10. Her speed is the best part of the character. Movement speed is really good. Attack speed is not too bad as well. I gave her a decent score there. Muso's decent. Her true Muso is great. Most of the characters have a really good true Muso, and those two things really help the character a lot. But other than that, she's having a hard time here. I think her AoE is among one of the weaker showings for AoE. Like her C6 is okay. Her C4, which is built for AoE, and C5, they're both kind of bad. Like, I mean, her C5 is okay because it's fast, like it's got the cone thing, but it's just not that great for crowds, aggressiveness. Her Muso really carries her AoE over everything else. Her normal string's okay, but it's nothing that's going to be safe and comforting enough to deal with an aggressive crowd, which extends into her dueling capabilities. Her ease of use, 7 out of 10 for both of them. She's just a tough character to use. I think her C3 is kind of narrow as well, leading you to errors and getting hit and stuff like that. So her mace moveset overall, just for me personally, just does not seem the most reliable, and it's always the ones that you might have a hard time with, in my opinion, and that's probably why she ends up consistently in these videos. We'll see how she does when she gets her weapon changed. Moving on to the top 5. All right, next up coming at number 5, jumping out of the 7.42, we're at a 7.33 overall rating for this character, breaking into the top 5. The top 5 all have different scores, so they all have uniqueness within them. Coming at number 5, we have...
If only I had tried harder.
So Cao Ren coming in at number 5. He's got some decent scores. Starting with the AoE, he's very solid. You know, his C3 is good from a distance. C4 is, it's not really something that I would rely on. C5 is decent as well. It's a little slow. C1 with the stomp, good as well. And he's got a good jump charge. Muso is just a solid, reliable Muso. His true Muso ending is much better than it was in the old games. He's got a much bigger AoE. Where he suffers is dueling and speed. His dueling for me is not that great. His C3 is good at times, but it's tough when they're blocking because you cannot move. You can't move Sauron when you're doing the C3. He's stuck in that one position, which also leaves you vulnerable. He's also got a slower attack speed, and his normal string is really what you would rely on for those 1v1s, but his speed is a 5. I gave him a 5. His attack speed is atrocious. Movement speed is it's fine, but my god, he might be the slowest attacker in the game. Like, he is dreadfully slow. And I think I was using like a medium weapon with him too, so it wasn't the weapon, it was just he just feels much slower than the rest of the characters, and that's probably what dragged him down to the bottom. Next up, coming in at number 4, we have another character that always places in this list. He's a recurring character, getting a 7.08 out of 10. Again, they are improving, it's just not enough to get them out of the bottom. Coming in at number 4, we have...
Looks like this is the end of the line.
Now, Peng Tong is a great character for AoE and his Muso. I mean, his Muso is absolutely goated. There's nothing I can dissuade from him having one of the best Musos in the game. His true Muso is amazing because I think he gets another couple like extra hits at the end. He flies up, very destructive. Muso is crazy. C6 is good. C4 is good for AoE as well. Decent ratings there. Where he fails is every other category. Dueling, he's not that great. Normal string's not going to get it done. His C3 is not really that good. He's doing like the little backflip handspring things. Those just aren't going to be a reliable thing to get around a character. You will get clipped. You will get knocked down. And overall, his kit is just not that great. His normal string is terrible. Like I said, the C3 is okay. C4 is decent. C6 is good if you can get there. And his Muso is what's carrying it. That red Muso spam is the golden goose button for Peng Tong, and the rest of his ratings follow a similar pattern. Just not a great character, a comforting character to use in the older games, especially against those higher levels and those harder opponents. Now, breaking into the top 3 here, this character surprisingly didn't do too well either. In my opinion, this character just felt a little average overall, a 6.67 overall out of 10 rating. Coming in number 3 with the bronze medal, we have...
I failed everybody.
So Xing Sai's got average scores across the board. She's got similar scores across the board, and she just feels like an average character. She's just not great. Her AoE seems limited. She's pointed. She seems like a pointed character all around versus having an actual area of effect. Her dueling capabilities is okay. Like, her C3 is good when it's on target, but it can be dangerous when you get offline with her, which a lot of C3 seem to have that problem. Her Muso is great for duels. Her ending of her true Muso is okay. Again, her whole kit just seems... I mean, C5 is okay, it's just not great. C3 is okay, it's just not great. C1 is terrible. I don't really know what it's for, and I feel like you'll be in danger a lot with her. Like, playing her 4th weapon is a tough thing to do. Her moves aren't very comforting. I mean, it just doesn't seem like a fun kit to use. It's just dangerous. At least that's what it felt like for me. And that's why she got these similar average scores across the board, leading her down here to one of the worst characters in my opinion from Dynasty Warriors 5. Alright, next up with the silver medal, another character reclaiming their prize, their throne on one of these lists. They just weren't that fun to use. Coming in with a 6.42 out of 10 overall, better than the previous games for sure, but again, he's going to be taking the silver medal, and that's going to be...
I entrust you with my mission.
So Zhang Jiao coming in at number 2, you can see the glaring, really bad rating I gave him for ease of use, and you're gonna struggle with him. He's atrociously bad in this game, and he's always been not that great. Like, his C3 is good. Like, he has AoE. It's just not that great. His C3 is tough to get to because of the long iteration to get there. You can get clipped pretty easily. It's not the most accurate one as well for a 1v1. His dueling is like, it's okay. His normal string is not that great. He's definitely better from the old games. He's just not that fun. He's got average speed. His Muso is fine, better than it was. He's got decent AoE, decent moments. C6 is okay. It's just a part of his Muso or his true Muso. And he's just an average character. He's just not that fun to use. If you guys try to get his 4th weapon, you will see what I mean. It is not a fun time with Mr. Zhang Jiao. His kit does not make it fun. He just seems so vulnerable all the time. And that's why for me, he's one of the worst characters still from all the games that I've covered so far. Let's go ahead and talk about the worst character from Dynasty Warriors 5. And coming in at number 1, surprising me because he did really well in my last rankings for Dynasty Warriors 4, but now he's taken the throne of the number 1 worst character, in my opinion, from Dynasty Warriors 5. We have
Such a disgrace.
So Huang Gai coming in, and his numbers are similarly to Zhang Jiao. He's got a 6.17 rating out of 10. And his ease of use and his dueling, his speed, I mean, all of that is bringing him down. C6 is good. C1 is fun, not reliable. Normal string is good. Muso is decent. And overall, looking at his entire kit, it's average. He's not going to do too well for you. His C3 is not great. He's a terrible duelist. His Muso is great to use for counters or you have an opportunity to do some extra damage, but his C3 is just weird. It's just, you get offline so easy with him. He's doing some weird kicking, lumbering motion like I talked about with someone earlier, and it's just not a good place for him. He's probably the worst duelist in the game. I think he actually has the lowest score for the dueling because those fast characters, especially when they're blocking, they'll just get around you and nip you. Even in the middle of you kicking, they will recover and block your attack and then start attacking you. His speed and some of his movements are just so bad. He's just really, really bad. And he just feels a little bit below average. Still, even being the worst character, he's still hitting a 6.17 out of 10. Versus, I think, Dynasty Warriors 3 and 4, I think we were getting down to like 3s and 4s. So this is a great improvement overall. Every character is at least a 6 out of 10 or higher. So that's great. I mean, that's a really big improvement. Yes, I think a lot of the characters improved. A lot of the characters feel really good in the game. But these 10 they just struggled a little bit more than the other ones. And that's okay. That's totally fine. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below what you guys think about my list. Which characters did you guys struggle with the most? Is there anybody in here that you don't agree with? This is just based on, again, my observation. No trial this time. Just looking at them and how they move, their move sets, and knowing the AI and how aggressive they can get. What is that going to mean when you use certain characters, and which characters can deal with that more effectively versus others? And that's how the list kind of came about. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't checked out the best characters or the full rankings, be sure to check those out as well. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Would also appreciate you guys dropping a like or a sub before you go, and I will see you all in the next one. Later, guys.